for joining us this morning. I'm Poppy Luce.
And I'm Ben Copt.
Today is 1889. Location, Europe.
Now, without further ado, let's go to our first story of the day.
Industrial Revolution. These two words have changed the core of European economy, society, and politics. It has affected everyone, but today we're going to hear a story from someone who's never spoken up before. For further details, let's go to Migration, who's coming to us live with our on-location cameras.
Thank you, Ben Krupp. As everyone knows, for the past 30 years, Europe has been part of our second industrial revolution. If we take a look back at where we started, we can see how far Europe has come. From the first revolution, where we limited ourselves to the manufacturing of textiles, steam, and iron, to our first economically successful production of steel, to the invention that took everyone by surprise, electricity. Just think of the way that electricity has changed our lives since its invention in 1881. And the people responsible for all these great industrial advancements are those who are also probably the most underappreciated, the labor workers. Right now, I am in front of a steel factory, and I am about to go inside to interview some of the workers. Let's go. We are now inside the factory, and with me is a female factory worker, taking a short break before getting back to work. Hello, factory worker. Hello. So tell me, how does it feel to be responsible for the advancement of the industry of the city, the country, actually all of Europe?
It really doesn't feel like that for us.
Well, what do you mean?
After all the things we've done for this country, they still treat us with such superiority.
Well, what about all the things they have done for you, like the Factory Act?
Those didn't do much. All of Europe is enjoying the benefits of having an industrialized nation except us. Everyone's wages are being raised even in the time of recession, while we are still forced to work in abysmal conditions.
Well, it's not like you've kept quiet, right? You people have started strikes and are forming trade unions.
Well, what other option do we have? I mean, tell me, how many times have you heard the word unemployment go around these days?
I understand. Employment is turning into quite a problem. Anyway, it's been great talking to you, and I'll let you get back to work now. Well, that's what the workers have to say about the situation. Now back to you guys.
Thanks, Migration. Well, wasn't that interesting? I never knew the conditions were still so bad.
Neither did I, but apparently they are. Now let's go for a short break.
Ah, Paris, what a romantic city with its Eiffel Tower, and an arch, and a building, and another building, and another building. Oh look, stylishly dressed woman, let's see what they're talking about. Oh my god, my boyfriend Jean Pavel is so hot. Oh my god, look!
Yes, it's a Ford car.
Invented by me, Henry Ford, in 1889.
If you want this luxury toy, it's only $825. This reduction of cost is because of the development of the first assembly line that increases efficiency of the manufacture and decreases its cost. Make sure you choose us as your car company because we're the only one!
And we're back.
Our next story of the day concerns the extreme growth of population that has occurred in the past 3 decades. Population has nearly doubled in less than half a century. Let's go to Migration once again to see how this has impacted Europe.
Thank you, Ben. As you can see behind me, people have deserted the area, all in hopes of making it big in the United States, Canada, Australia, Brazil, South Africa, Algeria, or Argentina. Most of these emigrants are coming from Germany, Scandinavia, or Great Britain, but especially from Ireland. These people are moving because they don't have many hopes of improving their lives in their current country. The decline of food and resources, because of the huge upsurge in population, is also pushing these citizens to move. Now that we have emancipated the serfs and developed more railroads, steamships, and better roads, this migration has become possible when it was once not. Also, people have discovered that overseas there is cheaper land and higher wages, which makes the opportunities in these countries even better. Also to be noted, people are still continuing to move from rural areas to more urban ones. More than 50 million people are currently on the move to places with more opportunities. This migration has been going on since 1846 and it doesn't seem like it's going to end anytime soon. With more and more people moving out of their native countries, it is helping to relieve social and population pressures in Europe. And as we speak, European culture is spreading across the world. Back to you, Poppy.
Thank you, Meg. Wow, makes me wonder if this phase of migration will ever end. Now let's go to recession for the weather.
Of the economy.
Thank you, Poppy. Well, folks, this century, the weather seems to be profitable with a slight chance of bankruptcy. We'll start off with the West. While before the British had lots of industrialization, it seems to be getting a bit cloudy. On the other hand, France and Germany have been showered with early. Germany is having heavier showers than Britain. Germany's steel production almost surpassed Britain. Now we're having a major storm called the Second Industrial Revolution. And the Bessemer hurricane has hit European countries like Britain, France, and Germany. This has caused an overflow of steel. We're also expecting the Solway tornado to hit Germany. It can cause the cheaper production of chemical byproducts, so watch out folks, your soap could be getting cheaper. There's also a 90% chance of an electrical storm hitting Britain and other countries. Expect to see damages such as electrical poles, lines, and generating stations. The next part is going to be important for you farmers. These new natural disasters are helping, but could cause some problems for you. With the winds pushing people away from Europe, there are going to be problems with agriculture. Our economics are also predicting some cloudy weather for you bankers. And the wages of workers are also expected to drop significantly. On the bright side, urbanization is coming through everyone's way, and commercial winds are coming through, so watch out.
Thank you, Recession. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past 30 years, you know that Europe has a new ruler, the middle class.
You're absolutely right. Ever since the London Great Exhibition of 1851, the middle class has been rising and rising and rising.
And it's become much more diverse too. Everyone from wealthy families, like the Krupps and Smiths, to the petite bourgeoisie, such as secretaries and the white-collared workers, are considered the middle class nowadays. Even if you are wealthier than the aristocrats, or you were once considered the working class, the middle class expanded to accommodate everyone.
But not to everyone's happiness, however. We have interviewed two women about this very topic. One, the sole heir to the Smith fortune. The other, the daughter of a retail clerk. Let's see what they have to say.
All these peasants attempting to force their way into the middle class. They claim that they are a part of our society now. We worked our way in here. I am the daughter of the Smith family. The Smith, the railway newspaper stand, W.H. Smith. I'm so happy I'm part of the middle class. We can afford education for my sister, my father's a clerk, and now we have a nice house with a roof. My father is the patriarch of the Smith family. We have so much money, and they are just peasants. I feel like I deserve these privileges. We middle class are nothing like the poor. These people are like ants. They're infiltrating our society. They're gonna be taking over my house, my wardrobe, my clothes, my family, everything. Everything that means anything to me, and these ants are gonna cover it all. I love the middle class.
Okay, that was colorful. And now it's time for the book of the week, where every week we choose an influential book that concerns topics that are relevant today. And this week's book of the week is The Chemical Industry on the Continent by Harold Barron. In this book, Harold Barron talks about how Germany has advanced beyond Britain in its economic output, the Second Industrial Revolution.
Specifically, Barron talks about the company founded by Friedrich Bayer in 1850, which became the best organized chemical establishments in the world. The companies engaged in the manufacturing of colors and pharmaceutical products.
This one company seems to have appealed to Barron because it completely epitomizes the characteristics of the Second Industrial Revolution, which in short are progress and growth.
Barron describes how when it was first founded, the company made sure to own extra land in order for expansion, which was seen as a necessity. This book also charts the progress of the company in terms of the expansion of branches. Not only did the firms expand to outside of Germany, to places like Leyenburg, Moscow, Flers, and France, but they also broadened the breadth of the diversity of products they manufactured. Starting with chiefly dyestuffs, they expanded to branches that developed pharmaceutical products like aspirin, infant's food, and photographic chemicals.
The book also talks about how large firms, like Bayer's, conduct conferences where new processes and inventions are brought before the staff and discussed. Barron also makes clear exactly how competitive companies in this revolution were. He describes the policies of large German colorworks to keep the chemists strictly confounded to their own departments, so that they don't carry away secrets to competitors. Barron's book embodies the ideals of the Second Industrial Revolution, which are prevalent in our society today. It shows us how our thoughts and mindsets have changed with our economy. We'll see you next time. And that's all for today, folks. Remember to tune in next time for Time Travel's amazing journey to the 1600s. Until then, I'm Poppy Luce.
And I'm Per.1.
And this is TTNB. And remember,
We always get the story, no matter what time it is.
Time Travel News!